And now, fight fans, we are set to go. Once again, this battle set for 3 5-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist sitting 5 feet 10 inches tall. Weighing in officially 170.5 pounds. His professional record stands at 5 victories and 1 defeat. From Oslo, Norway, here is Mohsen Bahari. And his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. His style, combat symbol. At 5 feet 6 inches tall, he weighed in 168.25 pounds. His professional record stands at 9 victories and 3 defeats. From Kiev, Ukraine, here is Alexander Voitenko. Once again, referee in charge, Rich Mitchell.
No nonsense. Mitchell stands between the two fighters. Welterweight contest, 3 5-minute rounds. Mohsen Bahari is in the black. Alexander Voitenko is in the red, blue, and black. So look for Bahari to use movement and keep Voitenko away from him. He does not necessarily want to be in the grasp of the freestyle wrestler and combat sambo practitioner.
Mohsen Bahari has some incredibly heavy hands. We've seen him throw some very straight shots with a lot of power. So it's really going to be down to Voitenko to see how he can close that range and get inside those strikes.
Mohsen Bahari nice and hunched here, which is, I think, a good approach, because Voitenko is going to try and get close and grab away at the legs and onto the hips.
But Bahari always has that very haunch, the stalking style, but that shot from Voitenko didn't come behind any punches, wasn't set up, but he found his way the whole way in.
Just the explosion on that, Josh. I mean, he made up so much ground so very quickly for a big guy.
Bahari's doing all the right things here in trying to underhook, trying to push his opponent away, but see how tight Voitenko is in on the hip here.
Well, Jack Hermanson, who's in the corner of Mohsen Bahari, we saw how good his wrestling was when he schooled Ali Arish, who, again, we've seen recently and how good his wrestling is. If he's been training with the likes of him, and that camp obviously do have these aspects well drilled, it could be, it's going to be an arduous night, however, I feel, for Bahari.
Yeah, Mohsen Bahari doing a good job here of stopping this first takedown. A few good elbows coming in. He's trying to fight the grip controls, but if he can't break the grip of Voitenko, it's probably just going to be a matter of time. And there we go. Really nice for Voitenko. You saw that right hand reached all the way around the back of Bahari, grabbed his far hip, and used that to just pull his man down.
Well, Bahari doing well, though, to get to this position. Oh, and those elbows have opened up a cut on Voitenko as he was going for the submission, and now Bahari is in a more promising position.
Yeah, I think
flying down some leather.
A lot of blood early here. Bahari with at least one hook. I can't quite see the other side. Has he got both? Both hooks and flattening his man out. Well, Voitenko just seemed to lose some pop once he sprawled out the single leg of Bahari.
Well, clearly doesn't like taking the big licks. And Bahari's in a position very high to get those hands going.
Very high here, though. He's got to be careful he doesn't fall off the top. He looked as though he had Voitenko flat for a moment, and he's trying to work it out here again, getting under those armpits.
Still very high, though, Josh, isn't he?
Yeah, oh, yeah, and he hasn't quite got both hooks, but Voitenko doing a very good job of re-establishing that turtle position, but looking for the choke now.
Oh, focusing more on that forearm under the chin.
Oh, and he's complete. Oh, Voitenko stripping very nicely indeed.
Looking to turn.
How has Voitenko survived that choke attempt?
Wow.
I mean, he didn't even try and stop the choke coming in, but fantastic defense from the Ukrainian.
Absolutely. Again, it's underneath the chin.
Yeah, he's got to get the two hands up earlier.
Answering the phone is Bahari.
And I think Voitenko might go to...
There it is!
Oh, there we go.
The tap, and Mohsen Bahari goes to 6-1, gets back on track here in Chechnya. Wonderful stuff from the Norwegian.
Well, a big cut on the side of the head of Voitenko. Those elbows really doing the damage, and they turned the tide, because as soon as those opened up and we saw the blood, Bahari turned in for a single and was able to scramble to that top position. And once he was in that top position, he just worked diligently and got the choke. I mean, it seemed as though Voitenko lost all impetus and all energy once that cut opened up.
Yeah, the sight of your own blood is a little unsettling. Perhaps he's not used to that. And Bahari there, we can see, with some very good defensive wrestling. It was inevitable that he was going to get put on his back, but he did very well to use the single to get out of it. And here we see the run up to the end, where he had the first choke in, and Voitenko did really well.
How Voitenko managed to escape this and strip this grip is beyond me. I mean, it was incredible work to defend that first, but really he should have been blocking this position before it ever happened. And here we see you don't get two chances, John.
Oh, and Mohsen Bahari used a different style to get that rear naked in, get a bit more leverage, and there is the tap. All done here. Time to throw it to Joe to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes officially. 3 minutes, 21 seconds. Round number 1, submission by rear naked choke for your winner, Mohsen Bahari.